In this video, I'm going to share with you things I've actually done and implemented in my art business to help it grow over the last 3.5 years. I'm so glad you're here. I can't wait to share all about my art business and the things I've learned and the things I have actually done to help it grow. But before we get started, I do have a freebie that I spontaneously made for you. And it's this calendar printable. So I use this system for like the last 2 years where I just have a calendar printable and I write out everything I'm going to be doing over the month, as well as like the goals I have. And I break down these big goals into small goals throughout the 4 weeks in the month. I made this for me, and then I realized that, hey, you know what? I will also give it to you. But anyways, the link to this printable is linked in the description of this video. So I want this to be a laid back video where we just chat and I get real with you guys on my struggles with my art business, and I also share the most important things I've learned. It has been a crazy 3.5 years. So before I tell you the things I've actually done in my art business to grow it, I will share kind of like how it began. Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I really wanted to start doing a vlog maybe every month. I'm really excited to share with you that today is the first day of a 100-day painting challenge. I will show you my setup. For this sketchbook Saturday, I am thinking about talking about my 2020 goals. I'm going to start from the beginning. I started my art business in 2017 in the summer. I basically started it right after I got back into painting. I took a break. I took a break. It's late. It's late for me. Anyways, I took a break from painting like for a few years, and then I got back into painting in 2017. And then I won't get into my whole story. You can read about it on my website, Allison Lane Art. But I started my art business in the summer of 2017, and yeah, I'm looking at my journal right now. So that's what I'm looking at because I journaled about this. And so from the summer of 2017, from the end of 2017 was like a really slow time. So I started my business and I was also getting back into painting. So I was slow developing my skills in both because I was giving my energy and my focus into two big and different things. So yeah, my growth was really slow that half year. I'm just gonna call it a half year. And this 2017, I basically only did oil paintings and they were not very good. And I also did some prints. So yeah, my art was not good at all. In fact, I will go ahead and grab some older pieces of my artwork, so I'll be right back. So, I mean, these art pieces, are not that bad, I guess, but they're not super great either. So yeah, this is 2017. I did like abstract, colorful skyscapes. Yeah, and I did some clouds. I started getting into clouds. So as you can see, it's very different than the art I make now, which you can see behind me here. But yeah, I was figuring things out. I had no idea what I was doing, and to be honest, I don't still a lot of the time. Anyway, so my first sale was a few months after I started my art business, and it was to my sister, and she bought a print. Okay, and then a few months later, my second sale was to my mother-in-law because she is like the sweetest lady ever, and she probably just wanted to support my art business out of the goodness of her heart and probably felt sorry for me, and she bought a painting of mine. And to be honest, I don't really remember what painting it was. But yeah, she bought a painting from me. So my first 2 sales were from people closest to me. And that's how it usually goes. Your first sales are from people who love you and who want to support you. So that's 2017, the first like 6 months of my art business. It wasn't great. And then 2018, this year things were still slow for me. This year, 2018, I still did oil painting exclusively, but I was developing my skills. I was getting better. In fact, I did this butterfly oil painting up here in 2018, and yeah, I was starting to transition from like landscapes to actually start painting more realistically, like flowers and butterflies. Again, my skills still were not that great. My growth was slow on social media and on sales. I barely sold anything at all. I was lucky to get a sale. And in 2018, February 2018, I started my YouTube channel. So about 3 years ago, I can't believe it. And I put so much work into the YouTube channel, and I still do. I put so much work into it. But I started out uploading, I think, like 1 video a week, and I was really consistent about it up until the summer of 2018. I took a little break because I wasn't really sure where I wanted to go with it. But yeah, I uploaded consistently every week, even though hardly anyone watched my videos, like hardly anyone watched them. I think I only gained maybe 100 or 200 subscribers that year. Like my growth was really slow on YouTube in 2018 and in my business. My skills, like the growth of my skills, improved a lot. And I also did a 30-day art challenge in the fall of, I think it was actually the summer of 2018, and that drastically helped my skills, and also like I made a good amount of sales from those paintings I painted because people were like really excited to see what I'm creating every day, and so that brought more attention to my art, and then I actually made more sales. So that's exciting. So I guess that is one of the things that I have done that actually like really helped me grow my art business, was doing challenges like a 30-day challenge or a 100-day challenge, doing challenges like that and sharing about those, like what you're painting every day to your followers on Instagram, YouTube, and your email list. Like that will bring attention to your art, and it will also make people like really excited to see what you'll create every day. And it'll give you more opportunity to sell your artwork. And in 2018, I tried out a new product, greeting cards, did not do well. I also tried out ornaments, did not go well. I still have to this day, like I think 3 ornaments I made that year that I had never sold. So. And then I finally, in 2018, I finally got my first sale from someone who I didn't know personally. So as you can see, 2018 was yet another slow year for me. I was figuring things out. It was super slow. I was working my butt off. And yet I was not seeing any reward for my work at all, really. Next is 2019, and this 2019 year was a big deal, really a big deal for my art business, because I finally realized and let myself realize that I should probably like try new art mediums. I should probably branch out just from oil painting. And so I tried watercolor, and I did a 100-day watercolor challenge, and I learned watercolor, and that wow, that changed my art and my business so much. So if you feel like you're stuck and you're not growing, and like both of your skills and your business, you should try like a whole new medium. Seriously, it changed everything for my art business because people like watercolor more. at least from what I have seen with the people who buy my art, they prefer watercolor. They prefer to display watercolor art in their home rather than oil paintings. And watercolor, I can create more with less effort, because oil painting takes a lot of time. There's lots of layering. I mean, with watercolor, there's lots of layering, but you don't have to wait as long for the layers to dry, and it's not as expensive. I found that oil painting is more expensive than watercolor, at least with the oil paints that I like to use, and I like to paint on wood panels, and those are kind of expensive. And watercolor is more digital friendly, does that make sense? And you can easily kind of like stretch out your use for that art you made one time and easily make it into like stickers, stationery, stuff like that. All right, so I'm reading more in my journal here. So in 2019, yeah, a year into my YouTube channel, I was still growing slowly. I maybe had, I don't know, a few hundred subscribers. Same with Instagram, a few hundred followers on Instagram. But yeah, doing that watercolor challenge really boosted my followers on Instagram, because watercolor is more popular than oil painting. Let's just be honest, it is. More people do watercolor, more people want to learn watercolor than oil painting. So sharing my watercolor art and what I created during that 100-day challenge on Instagram really boosted my following. And then in 2019, I also I introduced die cut stickers, and with that, I reopened my Etsy shop. So at the beginning of my art business, when I just started out, I just had an Etsy shop, and then I created a website, AllisonLionArt.com, and then I kind of just didn't really do anything with Etsy. Up until this point in like spring 2019, so about 2 years after I started my art business, I then reopened my Etsy shop, and I put those stickers that I started to create from my art in my Etsy. And I also did research, like keyword research, and research like what people research what people search on Etsy. I use Marmalade as a kind of like an app you purchase, or it's like a monthly expense. Oh my gosh, it's my brain is like spaghetti right now. It's like a monthly subscription, an Etsy keyword research app, something like that. And that really helped. So there you go, Marmalade. I don't use it anymore, mostly because right now at the stage of my art business, I'm focusing less on products and more on my online presence, like my monthly membership, Nature with Watercolor, and my YouTube channel. But it is a great tool, and I totally recommend it. So yeah, I opened up my Etsy again, and my stickers started getting found on Etsy, and so that started to generate income for my business. Yay. Finally, I was like starting to make sales in my business. And 2019, yeah, I was still struggling though to make sales. I had to spend almost every penny I made on either art supplies or my website. Anything else left over, like I barely made any money. In the fall of 2019, I started to get traction on YouTube. Finally, after like a year and a half of uploading almost every week, I started to finally get found on YouTube. So some of my studio vlogs started to get found. So my subscribers finally increased. My views increased. That was like a really exciting time for me. And then in the fall of 2019, I realized that I wanted to change the direction of my art business. So this was the point when I decided to focus on making online classes for artists instead of focusing only on like art products. So this is a point when I started to research online watercolor classes, and I began to start filming my Discovering Watercolor class, which is available to purchase if you want it. I'll link it below. That was a highlight of my art business timeline when I made that decision. The reason was because, or is still, that I want to help other artists, and I realized that that's what I really want. I didn't just want to make art. I didn't just want to sell art products. I wanted to help artists too. That was basically 2019, another slow year for my like business side. I hardly sold at all. I did sell a little bit more than 2018, but it was still slow. But my skills improved drastically because I started to learn watercolor, and that really helped my skills, and my art became a lot better, and my YouTube channel started to finally get traction. And that leads me into 2020, which was a crazy year, but also an amazing year for my business. So 2020, here we go. Let's get to it. So I reached 1,000 YouTube subscribers in January of 2020. I actually have the journal entry in here. Where is it? Where I announced that I surpassed 1,000 YouTube subscribers. Here we go. Saturday, January 18th. Today I can't read it. It's like backwards for me. But yeah, that was really huge for me. And when I surpassed that 1,000 subscriber mark, YouTube really liked that, and my video started to get even more traction. But then for some reason, I don't know why, but then my YouTube channel started to hit a plateau right around when COVID started. So my channel hit a plateau from like March until basically around now. Now it's finally starting to like pick back up, but it kind of flatlined for a while. And in 2020, my sales picked up drastically. Like I made triple the amount of money I made in 2019. But you know what else? My expenses tripled in 2020 too. So I basically profited about the same amount I profited in 2019, but I mean that's normal when your sales increase. Usually your expenses increase too, but hopefully in 2021 things will look a little different and a little better. Hopefully my expenses won't go up as much as they did in 2020. And also in 2020, when COVID happened in the spring, I started to do weekly live watercolor tutorials. I won't get into it yet, but that is one of the things I did that drastically grew my art business. But I started doing that, and I still do it every Friday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I launched my first online class, Discovering Watercolor. It did not do well at all, really. I did get a few people who joined the class, but yeah, it didn't go well, to be honest. But it's necessary. I needed that class and that experience to help prime me for creating a monthly membership. Like I needed that failure, I guess. And I also, in 2020, I launched my monthly membership, Nature with Watercolor. And yeah, that was also one of the things that has drastically grown my business. And also this year, like I said, I not only reached 1,000 YouTube subscribers, but I finally, after like 3 years, surpassed 1,000 Instagram followers. It took me like 3 years to get to 1,000. It's like those first 1,000 are so hard to get, but once you get there, it's so much easier for some reason. Maybe the algorithms, I guess. But yeah, my channel started to take off then. I think I already told you this, but it started to take off, then it hit a plateau, and then now it's starting to go back up a little bit. And then in 2020, I started to do Amazon affiliates. Like I became an Amazon affiliate. So that means in the description of this video, I list art supplies and other things that I use. There are links to Amazon. You click on it and you buy it, or you click on it but you buy something else. I get a percentage of that sale at no cost to the buyer. So I started implementing that in my YouTube channel. That was a really big deal for me because that's another income stream that really helped me. And then in 2020, my channel got monetized. Yay, because I surpassed 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and then I surpassed 4,000 hours of watch time. And so that was really exciting, and reaching that milestone for my YouTube channel was a huge deal. And yeah, I don't make like a ton of money every month, but I do make a little bit, and it really helps. So thank you so much for watching my YouTube videos and subscribing to my channel, because it seriously helps me out. Yeah, I think that's basically it. 2020 was great for my business. I'm excited to see what 2021 will be. Okay, now I'm going to share with you a list of the things I've done that has drastically grown my business. And this is just my journey. You don't have to do these things, or maybe you do these things and it doesn't do you any good. I don't know. But these are the things I've done to grow my art business. And I wrote in my journal here, it's the hard things that made the biggest impact in my business. So that is so true. The hard things, the most difficult things, the biggest mountains to climb make the biggest impact in your business. So for me, the two big things, those two big mountains for me, YouTube and my Nature with Watercolor monthly membership. Those, yeah, honestly, so difficult. YouTube, I uploaded every week, like one video a week at least, for like a year and a half. Hardly anyone watched my videos, but I still uploaded. The hard work is finally paying off after all this time. And YouTube, yeah, it's a beast. And I'm an introvert. Making videos is hard for me. It's so scary for me, but I do it because I make videos to help you, and knowing that like just makes it all okay, and I'm like, whatever. I cannot wait to see where my YouTube channel goes in 2021. I know it's going to grow even more, and I'm so excited. YouTube, as in these videos I make for you guys, and also the live tutorials. Doing those live tutorials every week, drastically, wow. Because I get to connect with my people, my tribe, through live video. That is so powerful. So if like that's like a key thing, you should try live video, whether it's like Instagram or YouTube, and connecting with them live through video is super powerful. So that was a big thing, because I was able to create a special connection with my tribe. And then a monthly membership, Nature with Watercolor. Building up like some kind of monthly membership or something where people pay you monthly is really good for your business. So like Patreon is an example, or like building something even bigger than that, like what I built, Nature with Watercolor. It's a big deal, and it's a beast. Building Nature with Watercolor, like building it up, scared the death out of me. Is that even a saying? It's like my bedtime now, so my brain is like spaghetti. But it was so scary building that monthly membership and still doing it. It's so scary and so much work. I wanted to tear my hair out a lot of days. I cried. I cried, guys. I cried my eyes out. So frustrating dealing with setting it up. Putting myself out there, creating something that people will want to pay a monthly subscription for is very intimidating. So like I said, the big things you want to do for your art business, like your one big goal for 2021, like it like doing it, yeah, is scary, but it's going to make like the biggest impact in your business, and it'll be so worth the work and so worth those nights you cry yourself to sleep, and so worth those times when you like literally pull your hair out because you're so frustrated. Anyways, I'm going on. So here's a list of the things I've done. Okay, making stickers. Okay, making stickers with my art. Oh my gosh, like stickers are so popular, especially on Etsy. I've made a few $1,000s within the last year just from stickers. So doing stickers, guys, that was a big thing for me. Like putting them up on my Etsy and my website. So in case you're wondering, okay, you have an Etsy and you have your website, that's confusing. Yeah, it is. So on my Etsy, I basically only put up my stickers. I do have a few random things on there, like some digital print downloads that I am thinking about taking off. But yeah, I basically just put my stickers on my Etsy because they're popular on Etsy, and they get found way easier than other art pieces. And if I added everything I add to my website also to my Etsy, that would just take up a lot of time, and then I'd have to pay all those Etsy fees, and that just doesn't make sense to me. So I only add things to my Etsy shop that I know people search for on Etsy. And then the other thing, what I was just talking about, I wrote down both Etsy and my website. So if you don't have an Etsy shop, I would definitely get one and research, like do keyword research, what people search for on Etsy, and use Marmalade. It's a monthly investment. Just pay for it for 1 month and try it out. Do all of your research in that month and then unsubscribe from it. Or they do have a free trial. So yeah. The other big thing that made one of the biggest impacts on my art business was doing live tutorials, live video on YouTube. Mostly because I get to connect, have like this intimate connection with my subscribers. That's super important. Like a live video connection, and just helping them learn watercolor. That was total, like I never knew. Like a year ago, none of my 2020 goals were to go live on YouTube and do live watercolor tutorials. It was spontaneous decision, and because COVID happened, and I was like, I think I need to do this because it'll not only help me connect with people at home virtually, but also help other people. And yeah, it was one of the best decisions I made. The other thing I have in here is just YouTube in general. YouTube has been so good to me. The first year and a half were like freaking hard and very discouraging, but you just have to stay consistent at it, and you have to be very intentional with the videos you upload, because with YouTube you want to upload videos that people actually want to watch and that people search for. That's super important. Your video will not be found if people don't actually search for the video you're making. So I won't get into like the whole YouTube algorithm keyword stuff, SEO stuff, but yeah, you basically just need to make videos that people search for on YouTube. I use vidIQ. to do keyword research on YouTube. There's also TubeBuddy. So those are 2 tools that you can use if you have a YouTube channel or you want to have a YouTube channel. But yeah, YouTube has been a total game changer. Without it, I would not, my business would not be where it's at all. Like, I can't even imagine. I already talked about this, but my monthly membership, like putting together some kind of monthly membership, really helps my business. So like I said, that for you, that could be a Patreon. That would be easier than what I did. But also, it's, in my opinion, having something you host yourself, because you don't really own your Patreon. Anything can happen in Patreon. They can shut down, and that's that. So it's good to just host your own membership. And yeah, it's way more complicated and time consuming, but it's worth it, in my opinion, to learn about hosting a membership on your own website. Or Teachable is what I use too. And it also makes it seem more like professional, I guess. I don't know. I won't get into it. The next thing that I have done that has drastically improved my art business was hosting art challenges. Hosting art challenges, like, wow, it's crazy. So I hosted a fall fungi challenge in the fall of 2020 that improved my Instagram drastically. Oh my gosh, it's late. I can barely talk anymore. That really helped my Instagram, helped my following. It helped put more eyes on my monthly membership and my YouTube channel. So either doing, like, hosting an art challenge, like a prompt list for a month, or just one like prompt for the whole month, or you could do something like I am doing actually, like this month. In a few days it's opening up. In fact, it might already be open. I am hosting a watercolor bird challenge where we'll be painting 5 watercolor birds in 10 days, and they all come with a free live watercolor tutorial. We'll be painting them together. So sign up in the link. There's a link below in the description of this video. But yeah, hosting art challenges, whether it's with live video on top of that or a simple prompt list, wow. Yeah, it really helps my business. The other thing is my email list, growing my email list. It's really helped my art business. I won't get into building an email list and all that stuff, but just know, okay, that social media is rented land. You don't own your social media. Anything can happen. Instagram can shut down or delete or deactivate your account. You don't have any control over your social media. Yeah, you have 10,000 followers, but one day they could all disappear, you know? So it's really important to build an email list, especially if you want to have like a legit business. Let's be honest. You need an email list, okay? And for example, most of my sales guys are from my email list, okay? And I try my best to not sell on social media. Social media is for building relationships, okay? It's for connecting with your tribe. It's not for selling. People don't get on social media to buy something most of the time. They get on there because they want to be entertained, or they want to know what you're up to. They don't want to have all of these buy, you know, buy this. They don't want that. So social media is for connection and for building relationships and getting to know your audience. Whereas your email list, yeah, is also for that. It's to help them, but they are more likely to buy in an email. I don't know about you, but I am like subscribed to American Eagle, you know, and Target. And when I see that, you know, they have a sale going on, I'm like, yes, I want to know about that because I like them and I want to buy from them. I'm more willing to buy from an email than Instagram. And the other thing is, most people, like, more people see your email that you send out than your Instagram post or your Facebook post. I mean, come on, the algorithm on Instagram is insane. And especially on Facebook, what, like less than 1% of your followers see your post? I mean, come on, you need an email list. So yeah, an email list really, it really helped my business. Most of my sales come from my email list. And I won't get into that anymore. So the next thing, there are two more things, okay? So this other thing that I've done that has really helped my art business has been creating content for other people instead of me. So I try my best to make, like when I make content on YouTube and Instagram, I try my best to make it for you guys and make content that will help you. And that's super important. Like, yeah, I share about my artwork and stuff, but I also share like tips and things that like helps you guys, like tutorials. And you know, I recently did a post on things like, I think it was 15 things artists need to leave behind in 2020. So yeah, creating content for you instead of for me, you know, making videos for you instead of for me. That game changer. The content that is the most popular is the content that helps others. Okay, and then this final one that I've done that's made the biggest impact in my business is having multiple income streams, because it's so nice to not have to only depend on selling your art for your income. So having multiple income streams really helped my business, because I want to be honest, I don't want to depend on my art at all for my income. I want it to be something that I enjoy, I guess, and I want my income to come from other things, if that makes sense. So my income streams, I won't get into all of them, but it's really important to have more than one. So if you just have one and you're just starting out, that's totally fine. It's good to start with just one income stream, which is most likely selling your original art. But as you grow, you need to grow your income streams. So my income streams, I'm just going to name them off. I don't have them listed, just whatever's at the top of my head. So I have, you know, my art and my products, okay? And then I have YouTube ad revenue. And then I have Amazon affiliate marketing. And I have my monthly Nature with Watercolor membership, as well as like some other online classes that I've made. So that's 4 there. And there are other ones that I'm not thinking of at the top of my head. Markets. Markets is one, but yeah, I mean, the COVID happened and I didn't really do markets much in 2020. Yeah, so diversifying your income streams is super important. Whew, okay. And like the big takeaway, I'm like running on fumes right now. The big takeaway is consistency is key. Consistency is super important, guys. You know, it's like the key that I've learned these last 3.5 years of having my art business. Consistency in everything. And like uploading YouTube videos once a week, you know, at least once a week, like one a week. You know, creating art consistently, showing up on social media consistently, sending out my email newsletter every week consistently. Very consistent. This is key. It's key. That's the key there. Doing things consistently, not giving up, and pivoting is fine. You can pivot, you know, of course, but don't try something for like a few months and then be like, it's not working, and then stop, because things take a long time. So you just have to be consistent. And then I realized the things that did not make the biggest impact in my business were a few things. I feel like I could think of more, but the 2 big things that didn't really make a big impact, the 2 things that didn't really make a big impact in my business were markets. Doing in-person markets did not really make a big impact. Or commissions, like doing commissions. Yeah, I take commissions. every once in a while, if I have time and I need the money, then yeah, I'll take a commission. But it's not like a big thing for my business. But yeah, so let me know in the comments anything I talked about in this video. If you want me to make a video specifically about that thing I talked about, let me know. I am looking for ideas, future ideas for this year for videos on art business. So let me know what you want to see from me about art business here on YouTube. And I will plan on making those videos for you guys. I feel like this video was super long. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments, let me know videos you want to see from me about art business, and let me know what you're struggling with in your art business or creative business right now. What are you struggling with, and what did you take away from this video? I'd love to know. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. I hope this video helped you. And yeah, I will see you in a future video. Thank you so much. Bye.